Is your mind driving you crazy? Are your thoughts driving you crazy? Do they seem to be ruminating all over the place and going in different directions and just driving you absolutely insane because you can't focus? Well, my name is David, and I'm a mindfulness coach and a Kung Fu and Tai Chi master. And today I want to talk about mindfulness. And we're going to focus on the idea of thoughts. And the name of this video is Thoughts or Thinking Are Thoughts That Have Nowhere to Go. So that's what I want to talk about. What is thinking? We all understand this idea of thinking. I'm thinking about this, and I got to do this, and I got to do this, and he's got to do this, and this got to be here. And it's this consistent idea or barrage of thoughts that seem to be coming from our mind that won't ever stop. Anyone have that? So I want to talk about that because thinking is just all those thoughts that they have nowhere to go. So they're just going back and forth with nowhere actually to land. So what do I mean by that? Well, think about thoughts like a circuit. This is where it gets really interesting because we tend to live in a world that's very indecisive. People are afraid to use the I am, the idea of I am amazing, because well, the past says, I wasn't amazing, I didn't do this, therefore I'm not amazing. Or someone else says, well, I don't think you're amazing because I can do this. You see, so it keeps us very fearful with becoming just absolute. But I want to help you understand that that is indeed the journey. This life was never meant about indecisive thoughts. We are decisive beings of light, and as we decree, it shall be. So the more we understand absoluteness in our thoughts, the easier everything is going to be. So let's talk about this idea of the thought structure. See, thoughts, if you have a thought that says, I want to do that, but I'm not sure if I can do it. Now you have two different ideas within that thought. I want to do it, but I'm not sure if I can do it. Now, the idea of I want to do it is now. This is what you want. I'm not sure if I can do it. Where do you think that comes from? Well, that comes from the past. It comes from somewhere else, somewhere that's already done. So, but now these two thoughts are going to push against each other. Do you see? I want to do this, but I don't think I can. And now they're pointed right back at each other. Now, whatever thought you have, I want to do this, or I want to feel good. There it is. I decree it. I want to feel good. Then it goes out into the world, and then it comes back to you in the form of a feeling. I feel good. Now, if I say I want to feel good, but I don't know if I can, then now it goes out, I want to feel good, then it turns in, I don't think I can, and that's what comes back to you. And now as it comes back to you, it says, oh, I don't think I can. You see, so the two parts are going to unify either way. If you say, I am strong, but Daphne isn't, I am strong, but Daphne isn't, that Daphne isn't, it's going to come back to you, and you're going to feel weak. Do you get this? This is what gets us caught quicker than anything else, is creating two ideas in a thought, one about you and one about someone else or something else, and not realizing they are going to unify themselves and they're going to come back to you. Do you see? So every time you say, I am one way, but he is not is going to come back to you in the form of yourself, and it's not going to feel good, especially if you just judge that person. I don't really like that car. Boom, I don't really like me. It's going to come right back to you in the form of self-hate. So now we know that as we judge that world, it's coming back to us. Everything is a circuit. We can't stop that. It's just law. You can have 4 different thoughts. I like this shirt, but maybe not this, and he's this, and that's that. And it's going to come right back to you in the form of all of those connected together, and it's going to have a lot of distortion within those thoughts. And you're going to have to get the effect of what you put out. That's the idea of karma in the moment. What you put out has to come back to you. Now, the key is to recognize there's only thought. This world is created by thought. Thoughts create things. That's a true statement. Everything you see is coming from the idea of thought. So thought is where the shift has to happen. thought is creation. But if we are holding specific thoughts based on the past, based on judgments of the past, and they're continuing to go out and project out into the world, and we don't know they're coming back to us, they will keep our mind full of things we don't want. Because every time we speak them or even think them, doesn't matter, it's still going out into the world, into your creations, and then it comes back to you in the form of a feeling. And then we say, that's not me, that's that. And then we say it again and it comes back. And we say, no, it's that, and it comes back. Do you see? It's like a wheel. We're like a wheel moving down the road. And whatever you put out comes back. And this is the key to understand, because once you get this, then you realize, I got to start putting out different things. I've got to find some way to get in control of my thoughts. And that's why they're coming back, and that's why they have nowhere to go, because you're not receiving them back. Daphne did that. That's going to come right back to me. I'm going to feel negative emotion, but I'm going to still believe it's her, and I'm not going to embrace it as my own. Therefore, that thought has nowhere to go, so it's just going to keep on going, or it's going to suppress itself inside you. And then now the next person reminds you of Daphne. Oh, that person, boom, that thought's automatically going to wake up, and there it goes. Out again, and then comes back and sleeps for a little bit and goes out. Anyone ever have that feeling where your thoughts are being triggered on a regular basis because they're dormant inside you? Simply because we sent a thought out negatively about someone else, not ourselves. And when it came back to us, we still got to feel it, because you cannot not feel the thought you send. This is a cause and effect world. You are the only cause in your life. Everything else is just an effect of your thoughts. You have to feel it. You have to experience it. But you don't have to recognize that it's coming from you. And now you'll suppress it. And it'll continue going out and judging the world. And that's what's happening. And now there's a lot of thinking out there, justifying where we are, or defending, or trying to figure things out. Right? Thinking has a lot of different facets to it. And now there's no peace. See, it's like the shirt. Peace comes from understanding this. Understanding that what you put out comes back to you. You cannot escape your thoughts. It's impossible, because you don't hold on to anything. Everything goes out to the world and back to you. It's one of the reasons why we choose our thoughts not based on what someone else thinks. We choose them based on what's coming back to us. The more you look at your life and choose it specifically based on what's coming back to you, now you're becoming more enlightened in who you are. Because that's the idea of the law. And we tend to choose a lot of stuff based on what people think of us, but they're not the circuit. You are the circuit. You have to experience everything you put out. Positive, negative, or in between. It doesn't matter. You are the creator. You have to. How you see the sun is how it's going to come back to you. You can blame the sun, but it's still going to come back to you because it came from you. Nothing leaves its source. And this is the key to understanding thoughts and thinking. So if you have a lot of mind activity and a lot of thoughts going inside you, it is because you are consistently sending things out in the form of outside projection or blame, and it comes back to you, even though you're feeling it, you haven't embraced it as your own, and therefore it keeps on going back and back and back again, being triggered over and over and over, and it has nowhere to go because you haven't embraced your own thoughts yet. Now, how do we get out of that? It's in that saying, you have to embrace it. As long as you embrace it as your own, everything that comes back to you, you start taking responsibility for as your own. Jesus said, love thy enemy. Jesus said, love your neighbor as you love yourself. See, he understood this circuit. Do not judge, therefore you will be judged. It goes out and comes back. So now we start seeing others as ourself. Now, I'll give you a little secret. Yes, there might be some momentum going with some of those negative thoughts that are going out consistently. And that just takes a little bit of quiet in the mind. It takes some meditation. It takes some recognition, watching the mind, not choosing those thoughts. and recognizing that each negative thought has a counter thought or an opposite thought that's positive that you are able to choose as well. Because we are holy beings, both of them have to be available to us. So for every negative thought, you can choose the positive counterpart. Does that make sense? Next time you see someone and say, oh, I don't like those clothes, you can say, no, that's not going to serve me. I'm going to find something about it that I do like. Now you're starting to wake up. That's what waking up is. I'm starting to take control of my thoughts and my thinking. And as you give them a thought, you say, you know, I really like their shoes. I really like that. It's going to come back to you in the form of that circuit, and it's going to be embraced, and it's going to feel good, and now it's gone back into the water. And since you did not choose the other thought, it might continue to be coming back as an option to be chosen. But through discernment, every time you hear it come back to you, you say, I'm not going to choose that negative thought of judgment. And that's how you do it, a little bit at a time. The more you recognize these thoughts are coming in as an option, every negative thought that comes into you is an option. It has to have a counterpart. It has to have a positive part as well, and you can choose it. The next time you wake up and you say, I don't like the weather, you can say, it has to come back to me. And then I have to continue sending it out. That means I'm still choosing it. I don't want to do that. I'm going to find something I enjoy. I'm going to find something positive. And now you don't choose the negative aspect, you move into the positive aspect. Do you see? And now again, you're waking up, you're controlling, you're taking control over your thoughts. And once again, it won't be thinking because you have said it, you have recepted it back to you, and now it's done. Only thing thinking is continuing to choose negative thoughts and not allowing them to come back to you. Does this make sense? Because this process, this understanding, and this truth will help you. Because the more in the moment, to the best of your ability, you say, I'm not going to choose that negative thought. I hear it coming in. Always remember, it's coming in as an option. It's just an option. It's just an option that you have chosen a lot. The more you look at a person, you hear that come back, you're not judging them quite yet. It's giving you an option to do it. You see? You can pay attention and say, that doesn't feel good. I'm going to choose a positive option instead of this negative option. And now you're making a shift. And as you do it more and more, I'm going to make a shift. I'm not going to see it this way. I'm going to see it this way. I'm not going to see this. I'm going to see the opposite. What you're doing is bringing the opposites together. No longer will you be afraid of your negative options because you'll know you have a positive option. And it works with the body too, guys. Absolutely. Your shoulder hurts. Here we go again. That's a negative option. I don't want to receive that. You know what? Everything is working out well. Healing is flowing in. I'm going to find that positive option and I'm going to see it. And now you send it out and you'll receive it back in the form of an emotion. That feels better to me. And I assure you, the shoulder will listen because your cells are just thoughts. They're just listening to your thoughts. And the more you start sending positive thoughts out to them, they're going to start responding and your whole body is going to shift too. Everything is just thoughts. Everything. And the more you understand that with people, places, things, your body, and you simply listen to your mind and watch as you walk around the world, how many options are being given to you to have a negative thought about something, someone, or somewhere. And you say, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to choose a positive thought. And you'll find it because your inner being will offer it to you. And you'll hear it. And you will use it. And then you will feel it come back to you in the form of a full circuit. And as you do that, your light will shine brighter and brighter and brighter. The more you use positive thoughts in a full circuit in order to give and receive back, the more your mechanism opens up and your light bulb, so to speak, in your heart starts to shine brighter. Also, the more you will connect to your inner being because that will be the part of you that's offering you these positive thoughts. And now as you switch the negative thoughts for the positive thoughts, your manifested world also must shift as well. Take that with you. As always, it is up to you what you receive. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I really appreciate it. It's my passion and pleasure to share this clarity with you. Keep the comments coming. I love to hear how things are going in your comments, so feel free to share. Also, subscribe and like the video if it speaks to you. And as always, my unconditional love and appreciation.